Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And once again, this is the one-day chart. We're sitting here at $2.20. XRP is down 6% today. And I see everybody saying it's going to go below $2. I don't think that's going to happen. And here's why. If you look at the 1 week chart, it seems like XRP bottomed here at $2.09. I'm expecting us to bottom higher somewhere around maybe 220, maybe even 215. Then we should start moving back up. But again, that would be happening in a normal cycle. And this cycle has been anything but normal. It's so unpredictable right now. All I'm waiting on are the catalysts for XRP. I'm waiting to see what happens once we get those ETFs to go live. Then we look at ISO going live on the 22nd of this month. Then we look at clarity coming out of Washington. All those could be very big catalysts for this cryptocurrency. And look at Bitcoin back down just above 100K. And everybody's wondering right now, is Bitcoin going to dip below 100K again? I see people calling for a 60K Bitcoin and then a sudden massive rebound to happen. But again, nobody knows for sure what's going to happen next. This market is so unstable, and I think part of that is because the government is still closed. I think once the government reopens, it'll bring more stability to this market. You couple that with ETFs going live, ISO going live, possible clarity very soon, maybe before Thanksgiving, and we will be finishing up November with much higher prices on XRP. XRP demand surges on Binance. What's behind it? So we know that there's demand surging on Binance for XRP. But why is it not reflecting in the price of XRP? I see some people saying that it's a delay reaction right now. That whenever you see this happening on Binance and other exchanges, within 48 hours, you could expect a move up on XRP. But again, we really don't know if that's going to happen or not. I'm hoping that XRP really starts to rebound from here. And this comes from Brad Garlinghouse. The one thing that Ripple Swell did was solidify all the things that we were thinking all along. So Brad says 2025, without a doubt, has been an incredible year for Ripple and a record year for crypto as a whole. Although we have a couple of months left, this announcement feels like the cherry on top of a mountain of good news. Today, we announced a $500 million investment in Ripple from Fortress Investment Group, Citi Securities, Pantera Capital, and Galaxy, Bevan Howard, and Marshall Wace at a $40 billion valuation. This investment isn't just validation of Ripple's growth strategy and business built on the foundation of XRP, but also a clear bet on what the future of crypto will look like. I'm very proud of what we built and all that's to come. And you see it right here as well. You know, there's so many people now investing in Ripple, creating XRP treasuries. And people still aren't getting it yet because they look at the price and the price is in the red and they're like, we're getting all this great news. Why isn't the price moving? Everything is still building in the background. And one day you're going to wake up and this cryptocurrency is going to be at much different price points. And you're going to be shocked when that happens. Because everything that's building in the background right now is all set to go live all at once. Even the Ripple rails for XRP. XRP is going to go live on those rails when we all least expect it. At Ripple Swell, this is probably the best interview that Brad gave during Ripple Swell. Take a listen to this.
I guess it's not surprising then that the banking industry is not exactly thrilled about this.
The bank doesn't want competition because they've done a shitty job of serving their customers.
The bank lobby is urging the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency to deny applications from crypto firms that are seeking these charters. What would you say to that?
I'd say the same thing. By the way, I mean very seriously. I think Brent McIntosh is a fabulous guy, great chief legal officer, but like you can't have it both ways. Don't ask us to be regulated as a full bank and then not give us the resources to allow us to provide services and reduce risk, et cetera. Look, I truly believe, I've already talked about Coinbase and Circle, competition is good for the market. Competition is good for customers. Why would we be anti-competitive? I would happily be on any panel with any member of the bank lobby or bank executives, and customers deserve choice.
Everyone's protecting their vested interests.
I don't think Ripple's trying to protect our vested interests. We're playing offense and saying we want to grow, we want to build products and services that customers want. Look, I understand, but like once you see an industry go into defense, that's the death of an industry. Like, I think you have to innovate, you have to lead, and I think the banking industry has been on their back heels, and I think that's why crypto now exists. People want an alternative. People want the flexibility. We saw a great panel from the National Cryptocurrency Association with a woman up here talking about the benefit of having 24/7 access to your money. By the way, I'm guessing everybody in here has some story. I certainly do. When I go on, I execute a wire, and it takes me literally 30 minutes just to actually get the wire out. It's nuts.
30 minutes is an improvement from what it was 5 years ago.
So we're on the same page.
And Brad just told you what Ripple wants to become. They want to become a bank. He also said that the bank wants to stay in the past. It's not so much just Swift failing, it's the banking system as a whole failing. And that's why Ripple's alternative is it's just going to swallow up all of their customers. Because customers, they don't want to wait anymore. Everybody wants that instant gratification, and that's what Ripple is offering them. So when you have that alternative, what do you think people are going to do? They're going to leave the bank. They're going to use the alternative. They're going to push away from Swift, and that's why over time, we are going to watch the rise of Ripple and the death of the banks. Also, coming out of Ripple Swell, we're collaborating with MasterCard, WebBank, and Gemini to introduce RLUSD settlement on the XRP ledger for fiat credit card payments, starting with the Gemini XRP credit card. This initiative sets a new benchmark for institutional efficiency, enabling faster, compliant, and more transparent settlement within traditional finance. So all of these transactions are going to be happening on the XRP ledger. The one name there I really want to point out is WebBank. That brings Ripple and PayPal even closer now, because WebBank is a huge part of PayPal. Go get the PayPal MasterCard. It's offered by WebBank. So I think this is going to bring a lot of volume to the XRP ledger as well. But what you're witnessing here is this. Ripple is partnering with all of these companies, and they're creating more and more rails, more and more money flow over the XRP ledger, which benefits what we're holding, XRP. XRP Ledger sees 21,595 new wallets in 48 hours. Highest network growth in 8 months per sentiment. I think what's going on right now is everybody is getting positioned with XRP. Everybody wants to make sure that before the ETFs go live, that they're holding a decent bag of XRP, even if they don't know what XRP is really built to do. They want to capitalize on this cryptocurrency. You look at the chart, you could see it has the best return on investment in this space right now. You can see the blast off coming for XRP. And everybody wants to be prepared for when that happens. You know, retail is always pissed off. They're always frustrated. They're like, okay, all this great news, but the price is dipping. Maybe I should sell my XRP. Maybe everybody's wrong about XRP. Maybe I should move on to something else. And that's what they want you to believe. But then you listen to Brad Garlinghouse, what he just said, how Ripple wants to become a bank, how innovation is pushing ahead in 2025. Look at all the acquisitions that are happening as well, plus all the rails getting completed around the world. So you look at that, you look at the price, it doesn't make sense, and that's what shakes people out. But if you could see where this is all going, you would never get shaken out on a red day. You would either do nothing or buy the dip. XRP can reach $22 as a result, as Samson Mao predicts Bitcoin violent surge to $1 million. So now XRP relies on Bitcoin to tell you where the price of XRP is going. It's almost like, well, if we look at previous cycles and market cap, this is where XRP can go in this run. Listen, we don't rely on Bitcoin. What we're relying on is utility and use case and institutional adoption. I don't care where Bitcoin goes. I doubt Bitcoin's even going to make it to 150K. And XRP is still going to hit those much higher price points anyway. We are about to get a surge of money coming from these institutions into these ETFs. You want to be here when that happens, because we really don't know how high the price of XRP is going to go yet. We're about to find out, though, very soon. 72 of the top 100 cryptos remain over 50% below peak prices, says Galaxy Research. So we already know the rest of the market is down right now as well, but people only see XRP dipping for some reason. But even this article tells you XRP surged 327% year to date. Anybody that bought their XRP before the election of last year is way up on their investment. And even if you bought at higher prices, even if you FOMO'd in when XRP was above $3, or you just got into this space, it doesn't matter. We are going so much higher from here. All you got to do is stay patient until it happens. XRP is not a get-rich-quick cryptocurrency. It's a very frustrating cryptocurrency to hold. You know, every time you see something coming for XRP, you could bet that it's going to be delayed. We've seen it time and time again. You know how many times people said the case is ending next week, all the way throughout 2022, 2023, and a good part of 2024. Week after week went by, and that case just kept pushing forward with delay after delay. What's going on now? The ETFs are delayed because the government is shut down. But now we're starting to find out that these ETFs could go live even though the government is closed. And everybody's changing up the paperwork on those ETFs so that they could go live sooner than later. And once we get those ETFs, that's just the first part. I mean, that money isn't just going to flow in month one. It's going to continue to flow in over the next 3 to 6 months and beyond. And then you look at ISO. We really don't know what's going to happen with that yet. Then there's a chance at clarity before the end of 2025. All these things are going to benefit XRP. All these things are going to push the price of XRP even higher. So all the predictions for alt season, they're going to change once we see the money start to flow. Then you look at retail FOMO returning at the same time, plus a possibility of scarcity. That's what XRP holders have to look forward to still. So don't get discouraged because today's a red day on XRP. And I really don't believe we're going to go to $2. But I've been wrong so many times. Even the chart guys have been wrong so many times throughout this cycle. Even when XRP looks like it's at its strongest, right away something brings Bitcoin down, bringing down the rest of the market with it. But one thing I do know is this is not going to last forever. And you want to be here for the exciting times. You want to be here when the euphoria sets in. And until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.